Today I'm going to show you how to use Photopea.com. Photopea is a lot like Photoshop. So for this specific project, we're trying to put together two different animals and combine them into one animal. So if we're going to find one of these animals, let's say it is a gorilla. So we want a nice gorilla over here. I'm going to look for the gorilla that I want to edit right here. So I want to find a good picture of a gorilla that has the entire body shown. So I think this one is a good one. It has the entire body. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say copy image. Now I have that one. However, to edit it on Photopea, it would be really nice if I already didn't have the background on it, because I just don't want the background there. It's going to make my life easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to remove.bg. This is a great website here that allows you to remove the background of something. And as soon as you go here, it says you can either upload it or drop a file. It even says you can just use Control V, which is copy paste. So I'm just going to paste my image in there, and look, it automatically will remove the background for you, which is, I think, is just so cool. So it takes a second, but then it's going to show you the edited image after it's done, and there's my gorilla, no background to it. So I'm going to click download, and now I have it downloaded there. So that's important that I click download to do that. I'm going to get rid of this one right here. So I have the gorilla, and now I'm going to add another one. So let's just say that I'm going to add, the head of a lion. So I'm going to get a nice regal lion over here. Let's say that this is my lion right there. I like him. He's my guy. So whenever it's done loading, you can see the bar rolling right there to get the highest quality image. So in a second or two, I hope that's going to be done. And then I'll know that I'm ready to go on that one. And if not, I'll just have to get a lower quality image or whatever it is for it to work. Okay, good, it's done. So I can right click on that and I'm going to get copy image again. I go back here, and now what I do is I do Control V. I already X'd out of the last one because it'll say on the top right, it'll have like an X if you don't want to do it. So hopefully this one will work as well. Okay, it did work. You see the X there if I want to get rid of it, but I don't want to get rid of it. I want to download this one. Now I have both of my images downloaded. I'm going to go to Photopea. And on Photopea, I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Open. And then I'm going to find the original image that I have right there, which is my gorilla. And I just opened it on there. And notice the background right there. It's a PNG, so there's no background to it, which is great. Now, the next thing, this is important. I'm going to add another layer the other image to it. But I'm not going to do File Open this time. I'm going to do Open in Place. That's important when you do the second one. You have to do Open in Place instead. And I'm going to get this lion on there. So now I have two different images on here that I can play around with. So what I want to do is, if I want to go back to the gorilla, I click on that image right there. If I want to go to the lion, I go here. What I want to do is I want to get rid of most of the lion. So I'm going to use the eraser tool. The eraser tool is over here on the side. And actually, believe it or not, every once in a while, the eraser tool just disappears. It's like it's been erased. I can't find it on here, which is frustrating. But luckily, I know a shortcut. If I just press the letter E on my keyboard, if I go to E, notice it just changed it to right over here. Here's the symbol over there for the eraser tool. So I can now start to erase this. And sometimes it'll say smart object must be rasterized first. Rasterize, I say, okay. And now I'm able to use it. Now I can start clicking on here and I can erase part of the lion. The gorilla stays put. This is great. One thing I don't like is that it's so tiny, this thing. So if I go up here, I can change this 15 size to, let's make it more like, I don't know, 100, something like that. Much bigger. So now when I click and I drag, I can like erase all the parts here that I don't want anymore. So that's good. If I accidentally go way too much, I just hit Control Z and that undoes it. So that's good. So once I have my lion all done, I don't want to click on this anymore. I now switch over to this and I can move his head over here so it looks a lot better. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. You notice how the top part is cut off though? I don't like that. So I'm going to go to Image. I'm going to go to Canvas Size. And I want to make the height on this one bigger. So it's right at 315 now. Why don't I make it 500? And that will make it so I can extend it on both directions right now. And now I kind of like this. Now, could I have done a better job? Sure. But right now, I think that's good. If I wanted to get rid of part of the gorilla, I can change to the background. I can go to the eraser tool again. And I can just kind of snip off that part there if I want to, just a little bit. But it's not really that important. All right, now this is good. Two things I need to do right now. If I'm ready to download this as a PNG, keep it as the background there. I want to go to File, and I want to go to Export as PNG. And now what I've just done was, after I hit Save, I saved it as a PNG at the bottom. So I can now upload that to somewhere else, and that's great. What I also probably want to do is I want to go to File and I want to go Save as PSD. And that will save this entire thing right here so I can go back and edit this again. Because if I decide later, oh, I like this, but I actually wanted to add little wings to it. I wanted to give him a little horn or something like that. That's fine. I can do that. But if I were to open up a new thing of Photopea, it's not going to remember that I have that. So the way that I get that file back is I would go to File, and I would go to Open, and then I would find the most recent thing here that's at the PSD document, and then it opens up and it has everything there, and I can keep editing it as per usual. Now, one last thing I just remembered is that maybe the head of the line is just like too small. You want it to go bigger. So if I want to increase the size of one of these, I click on it, I click on the arrow there, and then underneath where it says Layer, it says Transform Controls. If I select that, here we go. Now I can like change the size of this one. However, if I just start willy-nilly doing this, oh boy, that's kind of weird, right? I don't want it to get like all flat and stuff. That's no good. So if I do that, I hit Control Z. And instead, if I hold down the Shift button, and I have to wait for it to have that resize symbol, then if I resize it, it keeps everything in proportion. It looks a lot better that way. If for whatever reason I need to rotate, if you see over here, you see how that symbol now, I can like kind of tilt it a little bit if I wanted to give him a little side tilt. Okay, and then now I'm all set right now with this one. I think it's good, and I would of course do File, Export as PNG again if I'm ready to go on this one. And then of course, if you wanted to upload it to something, like for example, if you had a digital portfolio, let's say, that you wanted to add this to, and you wanted to put this on here, you would of course then go to Insert, Image, and then you would find, you can upload it from your computer, and you can find that image that we just completed there, the completed one. And then there's my image right there. And right, because it's PNG, there's no background to it. What's kind of cool is you can always insert a background here. So you go to Insert, Image, search the web. If my gorilla lives in the jungle, well, then I'm going to type up the jungle. I'm going to find a cool background for him, place that there, resize it to make it nice and big. Although I need to go on the bottom, so I'm going to hit Control Shift down to send it to the way bottom. Maybe I'll do Control up to just send it up one level, and then I can put my little gorilla guy over here there. So there's my Lorilla, if you will, the lion gorilla. He's king of the jungle, and I am happy because I just completed what I needed to do on Photopea. So I hope that helps.